I have a friend called Doc Greene. He brought me into Raging Elephants 2 or 3 years ago. And he's come upon a problem that I think we're all vaguely familiar with. As you know, Facebook is really concerned with identities. They're really worried about who you are and where you are, and all those things. So they hit old Doc right after he put up his selections for the primaries on Doc Greene's morning show page. All of a sudden they said, well, hey, you need to prove who you are. And we're going to ban you from Facebook. Now, the term Doc Greene is a nickname. His real name is Greene. I don't know what his first name is. It might be James. It might be John. It might be Heidenheimer. I don't know. But his nickname's always been Doc Greene. He was in the music business for years, and for some reason they called him Doc, and that's what he's always been. So they banned him, and there wasn't any, you can't just say, look, that's a nickname. Like, for instance, my name is Wilbur William Witt Jr., and under that says associated nicknames and things, and I call myself Bill the Butcher. Well, they'll go with that. They'll go with that. And the only silly thing I've had them pull on me recently is sitting on this very porch. I took a time-lapse film of a sunset about 3 or 4 days ago with the clouds going by and the sun going down. I put it up. And they hit me with a copyright thing. I had to prove I had the copyright and I owned the sun, which was no problem at all. I told them I owned the sun, and they ran with it and said, okay, you own the sun. But what they got Doc is they got him shut down. You can't find a picture of Doc. You can't find his name. You can't find anything. Nothing. And they pretty much shut him down. So I don't know if Facebook is on the Wall Street Stock Exchange as a public or private company. I really haven't checked that out. If it's a public company, then the laws of the United States apply. And I'm the first one to say, though, if it's a private company, it's their show. Their show. Okay, Facebook started out, this kid named Zuckerberg and some other kids started out, and the way I understand it, the reason why it's called Facebook is they were trying to get dates in college and they were comparing girls' faces or something. But old Zuckerberg, all these kids like that got lucky on the internet and lucky and that kind of stuff, they all think that they're some kind of political genius. Okay, they're almost all liberal. Because really, actually, they more or less lucked into their fortune. They didn't build a fortune like Howard Hughes or Donald Trump or anything. It kind of lucked into it. And Facebook is huge. It's huge. But honestly, as a writer and a publisher, it doesn't do me any good, actually. I was asked yesterday by someone why I even mess with it. And basically, out of all the publishing I do, which I won't spend a half hour telling you how I put stuff up in the morning because it takes a while to even do it. But when I see the returns, I see, 16,500 coming from here and 3,000 coming from there. And then other trade papers will put me up and take a link from a tweet, and then they'll notify me that the National Tea Party publication is taken, or Washington Times has quoted me, or something like that. I get maybe 20 views on all of Facebook. And that's because Zuckerberg and associates pick and choose what they want to run on their Facebook. So in other words, if you got 1,500 friends and you put up something, your 1,500 friends are not going to see it. That's a little bit like being in the music business under Roy Acuff. So I'm very familiar with this. Okay. At any rate, raising a big stink and contacting Facebook and all that kind of stuff is not going to help, because it's just a big machine run by Zuckerberg. Doc will take this hit, and I'll probably take a hit for this video. They'll say, that my eyes aren't blue, they're green, and I've falsified my eye color or whatever. But it's just, one of my main messages here is, rather than rail against Facebook, other than contacting your sister you ain't seen in 3 years or putting up a picture of the dog, don't depend on Facebook. Just don't depend on it. It's just a social site. It's the only thing it's good for is when somebody is stupid enough to kill their wife and take a picture of her and stuff her in the trunk and put it up on Facebook. Then the NSA and the FBI, they're real good at that. If you show the dead body with your smiling face in it on Facebook, they can probably make an arrest, okay? Other than that, that's about as far as Facebook goes. So that's the legacy of Doc. I'm gonna keep pushing stuff up to the Doc Greene Morning Show site, and I'm not gonna pull back until he tells me. And I maintain another reason. I've got a few select friends that do allow them Facebook. Some are elderly, some are just not very savvy with the internet, and this medium makes it easy for them. So out of respect to them, I'll keep, as long as I can, I'll keep pushing stuff up there. But I'm not going to depend on it. I'm not going to sit there and write it and hope to God somebody likes or favorites it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to start. I already have started. I depend on the Tribune, the Damn Good Times, other trade papers, personal emails and stuff like that. So that's just a word to the wise. Free Doc.